Prime Minister Abdelmalek Salal in Rome to co-chair with his counterpart the works of the third Algerian-Italian high-level meeting. With the advent of the holy month of Ramadan, food prices reach record levels. And also in the news, Swiss authorities arrested 9 FIFA officials in Zurich for corruption charges. Those were today's top stories. Thanks for joining us live on Dzair News. As we mentioned in the headline, Prime Minister Abdelmalek Salal arrived in Rome for a working visit at the invitation of Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi, and in which he will co-chair with his Italian counterpart the activities of the third Algerian-Italian high-level meeting. Nani Qasmi and the details.
Prime Minister Abdelmalek Salal arrived Wednesday in Rome, Italy for a working visit at the invitation of Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi, and in which he will chair with his counterpart the works of the third Algerian-Italian high-level meeting. Salal is accompanied by a delegation made up of Minister of Maghreb Affairs, African Union and the Arab League, Abdelkader Msahel, Minister of Industry and Mining Abdeslam Bouchouareb, Minister of Energy Salah Khirbi, and that of Public Works Abdelkader Wali. During this visit, Salal will be received by the President of the Republic of Italy, Sergio Mattarella, and will hold discussions with his counterpart, Prime Minister Matteo Renzi. The third Algerian-Italian high-level meeting, whose work started Tuesday at the level of experts, will wrap up with the signing of about 10 bilateral cooperation agreements. These agreements focus on the fields of agriculture, environment, sustainable development, youth and sports, said the Algerian delegation, adding that bilateral relations, situation in Libya, fight against terrorism, and illegal immigration will also be discussed. This high-level meeting, which is part of strengthening of political dialogue between the two countries, will be an opportunity to exchange views on regional and international issues of common interest.
To another matter now, and with the advent of the holy month of fasting of Ramadan, shop owners in local markets tend to seize the opportunity as they double the prices in hope of earning as much money as they can, leaving the hapless citizens clueless. Let's follow this report. With just few days to go to the holy fasting month of Ramadan, people started flocking to the farmers' market to gear up for the month. This specific period of time usually witnesses an unprecedented increase in prices as shop owners seize the opportunity to gain more money. Dzair News camera visited a local market in downtown Algiers. The outstanding fact we have seen is the prices that have increased in no time.
We can't afford essential goods and products due to the unjustified hike in prices, but I must admit that some people can afford to buy them.
Concerning veggies and potatoes, for example, have witnessed a drop of 10 dinars, whereas the prices of carrots doubled in no time. I think that the prices will skyrocket again in Ramadan. The skyrocketing prices leave the impression that the holy fasting month of Ramadan is just around the corner. And for that part, shop owners had another view regarding the unjustified hike in prices. As for potatoes, these prices witnessed a decline in recent days. As the holy month of Ramadan approaches, the sellers increase the prices to quickly earn as much money as they can, leaving the hapless citizens in front of a startling reality. Ethnic tensions between Mozambiques and Arabs in the southern province of GHARDAIA have flared up once more as groups of adolescents took the streets to clash with one another. Riot police tried to intervene, but the efforts were in vain as scores of people were injured. Mohamed Zahi gathered the full story for us.
Violence has broken out in GHARDAIA once more, as different groups of locals clashed with one another and then with police on Tuesday night. For the last 2 years, Mozabites and Arabs have skirmished in the southern province. Both sides launched Molotov cocktails, stones, and fireworks, while police used tear gas bombs to disperse the crowds. In the evening, a group of residents from Mermed devised an attack on the district of Baba ul Jama, traditionally a Mozabite neighborhood. Several cars were torched, and there was also damage to private property. Police intervened quickly, but they could not deter the masses. Several people were injured, including 15 members of the National Riot Police. The unfortunate rise in violence was unexpected, as matters had quieted down in the previous several months. Thankfully, there were no casualties to report from Tuesday night's incidents.
On the bilateral level now, several joint ventures and partnerships between Algeria and its strategic partner India were signed in various sectors of activities, notably the sector of information communication and the sector of culture. Nana Qasmi has gathered the full story for us.
Minutes of a meeting, 3 documents concerning cooperation in the sectors of information, communication and culture were signed Tuesday in Algiers at the end of the 9th Algerian-Indian Joint Commission. The signing ceremony was co-chaired by Minister of Transport Dzair, who said that this Algerian-Indian Joint Commission in its 9th round witnessed the signature of cooperation contracts in the sectors of information, communication and culture to share more experiences in these fields. And Indian State Minister for Commerce and Industry, Nirmala Sitharaman.
So all in all, putting everything together, I think India-Algeria relationship can be further strengthened with greater engagement.
The documents were signed by CEO of Asia Oceania under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation Boumediene Gnet. On the Algerian side, an ambassador of India to Algeria, Kuldeep Bihar Dwaj. The signed documents are a 2-year 2015-2017 cultural cooperation program between the two countries and 2 memorandums of understanding between the public television establishment EPTV and the Indian State Television, the Algerian Radio and the Indian Radio for the exchange of documentaries, films and programs, as well as the training of journalists. The session wrapped up with the signing of minutes of the 9th Algerian-Indian Joint Commission by Talhi and the Indian minister.
In economy-related news now, the General Electric firm signed an agreement to build a major industrial complex unit in Algeria to produce gas and steam turbines in partnership with the national gas and electricity company Algais at a cost of $400 million. Mohamed Barazwan has the full story.
The complex unit, which will start operating in the year 2017, will produce 6 to 8 generators and control systems per annum, with a total capacity of 2,000 megawatts. It will be one of the biggest plants of General Electric in the world. This is also evidence that foreign investment is steadily returning to Algeria. A joint venture called General Electric Algeria Turbines will be set up to build and operate the complex unit in the eastern province of Batna. It will be one of the biggest plants of General Electric Company in the world. Sonatgaz will hold a 51% stake, while General Electric Industrial France, a subsidiary of General Electric Giant Company, will hold the remaining 49%. General Electric has invested in the past in Algeria, winning a $2 billion deal with Sonatgaz to supply turbines just last year. But other investors, especially in the non-energy sector, remain more wary, concerned about some restrictions and lingering red tape. Algerian law limits to 49% the stake a foreign firm can hold in any investment in the country in the various fields of endeavor.
And now we move on to our international file. Early on Wednesday morning, Swiss authorities arrested 9 FIFA officials in Zurich, Switzerland for corruption charges. Former FIFA vice presidents Jeffrey Webb and Jack Warner were among those detained. The US Justice Department are the body pursuing the bribery claims and are now working for extradition. Mahan Mizahi reports.
Early on Wednesday morning, Swiss authorities staged a dawn raid on a Zurich hotel and arrested 9 top FIFA officials, including 5 executives, as a part of a U.S. Justice Department investigation into tens of millions of dollars of bribes. FIFA Vice Presidents Jack Warner and Jeffrey Webb are among those in custody. The arrests come just 2 days before FIFA President Sepp Blatter sought re-election as head of football's world governing body. 2 separate investigations are ongoing. The The Swiss criminal investigation is examining the awarding of the 2018 and 2022 World Cups to Russia and Qatar respectively, while the U.S. Justice Department is investigating more than $100 million of bribes and kickbacks. They have made 14 arrests pending extradition to the United States. The Swiss and U.S. law enforcement authorities are not conducting joint investigations, but have acted simultaneously for the sake of efficiency and to avoid any possible collusion. In a press conference held in Zurich, FIFA spokesperson Walter de Gregorio indicated that FIFA were the injured party in this case, and that they fully cooperated with the relevant authorities. De Gregorio also maintained that the FIFA Congress will proceed as planned despite the crackdown. Besides the presidential elections, the Congress will also vote on the decision to suspend Israel from FIFA. More than two-thirds of the 209 members must vote Israel out for it to be ratified.
Moving on to the United States of America, where in the southern state of Texas, heavy rainfall has caused disastrous flooding, where 70 Americans were killed in the inundations and thousands were displaced as property damage has reached catastrophic heights. Mohamed Zahi has the details.
Widespread flooding caused by heavy rains in Texas and Oklahoma have left 17 dead and 40 missing, in addition to 4,000 damaged properties in the city of Houston alone. On Tuesday evening, the Associated Press reported that 12 deaths occurred in Texas and 5 in Oklahoma. The storms dumped record rainfall on the plains and Midwest, causing major inundations and even spawning several tornadoes south of the U.S. border. One twister killed 13 in the Mexican border city of Ciudad Acuna. Floodwaters continued to fall overnight as about 28 more centimeters of rain fell in a 6-hour period early on Wednesday morning. President Obama addressed the nation on Tuesday and promised further aid.
I had a chance this morning to talk to Governor Abbott of Texas to express condolences for the terrible flooding that's been taking place there. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families and the communities that have been affected by some of these devastating, record-breaking floods.
The floods affected virtually every part of Houston, Texas, paralyzing some areas. Firefighters carried out more than 500 water rescues, most involving stranded motorists, and another 2,500 abandoned their vehicles, seeking safer and higher ground.
A word about sports now. The Europa League final will be played tonight in Warsaw as Dnipro hosts Sevilla. Sevilla has previously won the competition on 3 occasions, and another triumph would set a European record. Mohamed Zahi previews the match.
Dnipropetrovsk will host Sevilla in Wednesday night's Europa League final. Dnipro are clear outsiders, as Sevilla have won 10 of their 14 games since the start of the group stage, scoring 26 goals in the process. Sevilla also possess the requisite know-how in this tournament, having already triumphed on 3 prior occasions. A 4th title would set a European record. If Sevilla are a free-scoring outfit, the Ukrainian champs are their polar opposite. Dnipro have only found the net 13 times and have managed a meager 6 wins on the road to the final. This tie between 2 unsimilar sides will take place in the Warsaw Stadium in Warsaw, Poland. The venue was built for the Euro 2012 final. As Ukraine and Poland are neighboring countries, Dnipro are expected to dominate the attendance battle, but the more important struggle will take place on the pitch at 7:45 p.m. local time.
To wrap up today's news, and according to latest data released by the Global Gaming Market Report, video games content and competitive gaming such as esports will help push video games past broadcast TV, as the industry itself has recently seen a tremendous rise in the number of people who watch esports online and attend real-life tournaments. Let's follow this report.
The global video games market is booming. Over the past decade, interactive entertainment has almost tripled in size due to a range of innovations. Smartphones have elevated mobile gaming to unprecedented heights, while improved broadband speeds and infrastructure have propelled online gaming forward, and novel revenue models and digital distribution have greatly expanded the addressable market. In the video games market today, it is clear that the industry's gravity point has shifted from physical to digital media, and in response, both publishers and retailers are adjusting their strategies to stay relevant to consumers and capitalize on the market's momentum. Yet innovation keeps moving forward, and on the horizon, we can begin to see the dawn of what's next in gaming. As the industry has changed, so too has the audience. We have already established that the demographic of gamers today has completely changed. But now that gaming is mainstream, audience behavior is different too. Today, people don't just consume entertainment, but increasingly play an active role in it as well. Ranging from modding to streaming, from cosplay to competitive gaming, the market for gaming presents a much broader and more diverse mix of opportunities and challenges than ever before. North America and Europe have recently seen a tremendous rise in the number of people who watch esports online and attend real-life tournaments. Popular digital game titles like Dota 2 and League of Legends enjoy a massive audience that regularly watch or participate in competitions. The emergence of competitive gaming presents publishers with a great new avenue to extend the user experience and allows brands to engage a generation of consumers that spend little time with traditional forms of entertainment. In many ways, competitive gaming seems, at least at first glance, to resemble traditional sports. But to think that a new phenomenon like esports can be described in terms of the old is to misunderstand it entirely. The intersection of technology, fandom, and interactive entertainment is presenting us with new ways of sharing great experiences on a global scale.
And with this we come to the end of our news brought to you from Dzair News Channel. Thank you for stopping by.